Hello, eighth grade. Today you are going to be learning how to write a CEESS response. CEESS stands for claim, elaborate, example, support, and significance. We're going to take this question from The Lord of the Flies. What is one way the author increases the sense of horror and suspense in this excerpt? Cite textual evidence to explain your ideas. We're going to respond to this using a CEESS answer together. So this is a good time for you to pause the video and read the story. Hopefully you've paused and you've read the story. And I hope that while you were reading, you were looking for the answer to this. What is one way the author increases the sense of horror and suspense in this excerpt? I always like to read my questions beforehand so that while I'm reading, I know what I am looking for. So now we should first come up with a claim. So stating clearly, 1 to 2 sentences clearly stating a position, answer the prompt. So if you look over here, this other document that I have given you on the assignment, I have a whole bunch of sentence starters. So if you feel stuck, you can come over here and use the sentence starters to help you with your writing. So with claim, I've used this first one, and I am going to paste it right here. In the story Lord of the Flies by William Golding, the author increases the sense of horror by letting the audience know there are no adults on the island to take care of the children. Now I elaborate, emphasize my claim, strengthens my claim. So if I'm feeling a little stuck, I can come over here. Let's see which one. See, this is clear because this means, this shows that, this relates to, yes. So I'm kind of going to use right here, this means, so having no adults on the island means the children are responsible for their care and well-being. Now, if I need to, I can write another sentence here, but I feel like I've done a good job elaborating. So now I've done C, I've done E, now an example. See here, it says use a quote from the text. So that's when I'm going to come over here. I'm going to actually open up the story because I read it. I know exactly what I'm looking for. Right here, Meridew turned to Ralph. Are there any grown-ups? No. So I'm going to use that text right there. Aren't there any grown-ups? So Meridew says to Ralph, aren't there any grown-ups? So I'm going to come back over here to example. So, and I'm going to say, look over here. X says on page X, the author writes. I have all these that I can use. I'm going to put X. I'm going to use the X says. So X here is Meridew says to, I don't quite remember, so I'm going to go back and look. Ralph. Meridew says to Ralph, aren't there any adults here? Show now. So now I've given an example. Show how your example explain proves your claim. So this clearly shows that this quote clearly shows there are no adults on the island. It is clear to the audience that there are no adults on the island. So 2 to 3 sentences. So that means I need to think. It is clear to the audience that there are no adults on the island. This statement increases the sense of horror because the reader now knows that indeed the children have been left to fend for themselves. And I misspelled that, so we fix it real quick. Finally, significance. 1 or 2, restating your point and how your examples support it. Again, if I'm thinking about how I'm going to finish my reading, I come back over to the color copy of CEESS Paragraph Sentence Starters. I'm going to look over here. I'm going to use, this is important because. Okay. This is important because, and let's think about why there for a minute. Why having, a group of children left alone on an island, why is this significant? Why is this important? So I'm thinking about that right now. So I'm thinking about this is important because children feel safe when guided by parents. The fact that the children are left alone on this island leaves. And notice how like I erase something when I'm having a thought, I'm kind of editing as I go. The fact that children are left alone on this island leaves the reader with a sense of dread. They are left wondering if the children will be able to survive without adult guidance. Now, you don't have to agree with this. You may think something different adds to the sense of dread, but this is what I think. So that's how you write a CEESS paragraph. Oh, but wait, we have to put it all together. It says put it all together, create a paragraph. So now that I have a claim, elaborate, example, support, significance, I'm just going to take each part here and I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste it in to make it one paragraph. I'm making it one paragraph. Da-ba-da-da. Boo-doo. Ba-da-ba. You can use the sound effects that I just used while you are copying and pasting. So I'm going to read it now. See if it makes sense. I'm also adding a little tab because it's a paragraph and paragraphs are indented. So here we go. In the story, Lord of the Flies, by William Golding, the author increases the sense of horror by letting the audience know there are no adults on the island to take care of the children. Having no adults on the island means the children are responsible for their care and well-being. Mary Dew says to Ralph, "Aren't there any adults here?" It is clear to the audience that there are no adults on the island. This statement increases a sense of horror because the reader now knows that indeed the children have been left to fend for themselves. This is important because children feel safe when guided by parents. The fact that the children are left alone on this island leaves the reader with a sense of dread. They are left wondering if the children will be able to survive without any adult guidance. So there we go. I have written a CEESS answer. So your job will be to come down here to the second part. Well, first of all, in this first part, you may copy and paste. Well, you can't copy and paste from the video, but you may copy what I've written into your CEESS writing assignment, or you can come up with your own. Then your job, though, is while we are reading these other stories, Telltale Heart, Sorry, Wrong Number, Monkey's Paw, and Landlady, it's going to be your job to pick one of these stories and write your own CEESS response to that story. So that is the assignment. If you have any questions, please let me know. I look forward to reading all these stories with you, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. And if nobody has told you you're awesome today, you're awesome.